What's up, world? Milkman, Mr. Milktastic, coming back at you with another episode, splashing in fish bowling on today's episode. Whoa, there, I lost my baby. She told me something crazy. What's up, GA Scratcher? I lost my baby. She told me something crazy. This shit is driving me crazy. Gotta get that Betty right going. That Betty, come talk to me, Betty. Baby, come talk to me. GA Scratcher, you wanted to get that shirt? You come and club me, and I welcome you. Woo. After the rain and all that I've been through, still can't blame how I can still love you like I do, but I do, yes I do. After the pain, the pain, talk for a while. And I try with all my might to hold back these tears from falling. Woo! To the rain. And you got the nerve to still call me baby. And I thought, you know it ain't so, but it's just love just ain't in me. Woo! Love you after the pain. Do me like you do. Woo! Don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. Heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. That's why I still love you like I do. Pain, do me like you do. The pain, I know that you know it's true. After all I've been through, I should be through with love. But there's a God up above that keeps saying better try. Don't give up, you know why. The sun is gonna shine, 'cause you are mine, oh mine. You just keep doing. Woo! Yes, Lord. Still do me like you do. love is deeper than any ocean. My love is higher than any mountain. Oh, true love is motion, and our love is full of without a reason. You see, God is gonna bless me, loving you for all the times that you did me wrong, but I kept being true. Cause eyes, they're not closed, they won't sleep. He's watching every move you make, every secret you keep. Girl, you better be careful. Ooh. But if you make me mad or make me sad, my Father in heaven is watching you. Ooh. Love you like I do. After the pain, no one's ever gonna love you like I. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. I don't know why I do, but I do. Yes, I do. It keeps on loving you. Oh, don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why. I do. I do. I do. I don't know why. But I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The pain. After the pain. Write a book of how you're making me feel. It's real for the lover in you. Always be true. This time, this lasts forever. I'll always be true. This is not overdue. This time gonna last forever. Must be some pollen or something out there that's got the allergies acting crazy. My eyes just keep watering up. And always be true. For the Lord overknew, and this time gonna last forever. For the lover in you, this time means I'll always be true. This time, how we'll start over new. And this time, it's gonna last forever. Come on over to my place. Come on and roll with me. Come on over to my place. Ooh, 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 ooh. Goodness gracious, boy. don't see the people broke down like that, so we want to speed up. But I'm gonna get over it regardless. Like, and why would your dumb ass get over there where the people broke down at? I'm finna get back over there. Our people that wanna speed past people that broke down is crazy. The hell they gotta slow down? You don't see the people on the side of the road? Like, you mad too. Look, Sarah, you can't even go fast. Crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen to that shit. I can't listen to that shit right now. coming over me. And I welcome you. You're a glad sight to see. After the rain, all that I have been through, I still can't explain how I can still love you like I do, but I do, yes I do, still love you after the pain, still do me like you do. You see there, it's all about. And I try with all my might to hold back the tears from falling. Let's just smile. Woo! He even got the nerve to still call me baby. And you know it ain't so, but I just love just hating me. Ooh. After all I've been through, I should be through with love. But there's a God up above that keeps them bad dry. Don't give up, you know why. The sun is gonna shine, 'cause you are mine, oh my. You just keep doing your best, and I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you, buddy, like I do. That's why I still love you like I do. Deeper than the ocean, I love it. Higher than the mountain, oh, true love is motion. And our love is full of devotion. Our love is in and out of season. And I love you without a reason. See, God is gonna bless me for loving you. Times that you treated me wrong and I kept being true. God's eyes, they're not closed. Yeah, he's watching every move you make, every secret you keep. Boy, you better be careful. Ooh, 'cause if you treat me bad, I make me sad. My Father in heaven is watching you. I still love you like I do. No, 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 love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. Now I don't know why I do, but I do. Yes, I do. After the pain, there's a nigga inside that speaks on loving you. I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why. I do, I do, I do, I do. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know why, but I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ooh. Oh, ooh. In a minute, talk about we'll turn this home into a house. I don't know what this girl's about, but been through too much not to work it out. You've been loving me and me only, baby, faithfully. I can see things been cheating around on me. Woman, woman, some respect, treat me as such. Age 16, let you raise me. And nigga mother's ghetto queen. It mean the world to me. It did not ain't no more. It come to you like a corner store. I don't love you enough to hate you. And I love you too much to leave you. Woo! 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 That's like three. You be at home in bed with me, taking advantage of a real good thing. How long will it take you to see? You're pregnant to the moon and the stars. Since you nearly beat the sun, I'm told up, thinking you gon' get me some, smelling like some fragrance that I don't even wear. If you want some loving, I suggest you go back there where you came from day to day. With you, it's always something else, working my nerves. God knows that I don't deserve what you put me through. Been so true to you, for you to come at me with another lame excuse. Yeah, I heard it all before. It wasn't my plan. There's no big talk, baby this, baby that. But your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. Played the fool before. Wasn't leading you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. You had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. And think again, bringing her into the home. Must have dead. Must have fell and bumped your head, biting up my sheets and violating me. Got me about to call my peace and take it to the street. And there's nothing you can say. It wouldn't take me to stay with you another day. You have crossed the line to the point of no return. If you do from here on out, I am no longer concerned. I heard it all before. Maybe a few things. Lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. Yeah, I had to shut it down. I was it, but your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. Onto your every word. The more you lie to me, the more I heard. And you used to say what sounds so sweet. Oh God. Heard it all before. It wasn't my car you saw, baby. It wasn't. Your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. And I had to shut you down. Had to shut you down. I trusted you. The lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. When they're looking in the mirror, saying damn to myself, I should have known the day would come that she would find somebody else. And all the things I put her through shouldn't lasted this long. Now I'm at the telephone, calling Tyrone, cause when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. It's like running out of love. And it is too late to talk about it. Used to make love to you daily. Nights were the same. Time that you was hurt, I could feel your pain. But now that I had $1, it was yours, yeah. As they came around, I will front the bill. But now the ups and downs, silence is sound. I hurt you too many times. Now I can't come around, cause when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. It's like falling out of love. And it's too late to talk about it. La la la. La. Oh la la la. La. La 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 la. La. Oh yeah, la la. You don't want to find out the hard way. Well, listen to this song while the record plays. When the woman's fed up, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like running out of love. And it's too late to talk about it. But I always remember get her back. Never be the same. Hey woman, if you're listening, say I miss you, baby. Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Was all I heard. Wait a minute. 2 years ago, promises was all I heard. Out of your mouth. Hey, what the hell? You walk in this house. Used to tell me you do things. Things in the morning time. All you do is don't sleep. Thinking everything is fine. You better be careful what you do to me. Cause it might turn around on you. You better be careful what you do to me. Cause somebody might do it to you. When your ass was about to work. Now yourself taking a man to church. Quick to hang up the phone. Yep. In the home. And around. I'm tired of playing tune. You better be careful what you say to me. Cause it might turn around on you. You better be careful what you do to me. Cause somebody might do it to you. Truth is where it if the shoe fits where it goes. 2 years ago, thinking you had no friends. Wait a minute, let me finish. 2 years ago, didn't know you had any friends. It's Hollis. Found out you're still reaching out to some of them. Mr. Busybody used to take to me when you were down and lost. Now, you don't even respect me since I got laid off. You better be careful what you say to me. Cause somebody turn around on you. You better be careful what you do to me. Cause somebody might do it to you. When your ass was broke without a dime. Not my child, I really mine. Friends, talk about what we do in this house. And you wanna turn the night long. Girl, what the hell you talking about? For what you say to me? Cause it might turn around on you. You better be careful what you do to me. Cause somebody might do it to you. The shoe fits where it, girl. If the shoe fits where it, girl. Man, I'm in my feelings, man. Oh my gosh, bro. What the freaking freak? What the freaky freak? What the freaky freak? I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. What the freaky freak? I'm freaking losing it here. This is Mr. Big. How you doing, Mr. Big? What the hell is going on? What you mean what's going on? Kelly telling me that you're creeping with him. Just because you're sitting with him doesn't mean you're creeping with him. If you're not creeping with the one who was the one who let you down, I was the one. Through her eyes, friend indeed, down, but she betrayed me in the time. Why? Can't believe it. Just call him up. Call him, baby. Call him. Call now, right now. Call him. This is Mr. Biggs. How you doing, Mr. Biggs? What the hell is going on? What you mean, what's going on? Kelly's telling me that you're sleeping with another woman just because she see me, man. Don't mean I'm creeping with her. If you're not sleeping with him, what the hell you doing with him? It could be just, we could be just one man to man. Both know, okay. All of my heartache and pain, and I'm just trying to protect her heart, bend the moon to her, but to me, she's the star. Why, 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 why? Why, why? No, 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 no. Coming in you busted. Kids, this, how the hell is she your friend if you don't even know she got kids? Busted, 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 busted. Get your shit, get the fuck up out of here. Nothing to talk about. I want you out this house. In my time, you is on your mind. Dancing, said shopping. and one. Ooh, and it can get confused. It can get confused. And, well, to what time it is when you fall, but I gotta know how the hell you get this in. But now you say shop in, bust it, 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 bust it. Look at that. 8-5, oh nigga, oh nah. That was some good news from last night. I got to talk to my sister. So that was good news. That was something good. Talked to her for a good little minute. How y'all doing out there in the world today? Y'all splashing in the fishbowl on your millionaire missions. Food in the kitchen. I'll talk to y'all in a minute where I get to what we're getting. I'm up here just listening to some old school. Get the hell up out of here. Understand it. The police. Another case. Busted. 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 Ain't gonna get your shit and get the fuck up out of here now. Wait a minute. Get your shit and get the fuck up out of here now. Fuck up out of here. Yeah, but busted, disgusted. That fuck shit, I don't fuck with. Try it, nigga. Fuck up out of here. drive, bro. Like, it's a merge. You getting on the highway, speed up. How the fuck would you be slowing down, bro? You getting on the highway. I said what I said. I'd rather been dead. God damn, that's a lot of comments. That's a lot of comments, you guys. You guys are commenting like a lot. Story. I got one going, but the phone charger should be. Hopefully. Sometimes I be thinking it's charging and shit don't be charging. Maybe make sure it's charging. Don't look like it was charging. Always open, bro. Like straight up. What, bro? Always. Always open, bro. numbers. We not gonna be the ones not today. Oh, they must be around to cut the arrow on like for the truck after me. They be tripping. So I just took it like it was for the truck after me and both of us supposed to go to that side. I'm like, man, get out of there. Change the conversation, change the situation. Start having stinking thinking, start changing the way you're thinking. Yeah, I don't want to listen to that. I'm going to listen to the story. Y'all can listen to the story with me. It's the story we on. We're listening to Animal right now. Fuck it. I can't keep listening to that sad shit. Shit ain't helping me out in life, man. Not at all. You heard me? Not helping. Not at all.
Animal socked Baby Doc in the jaw twice, gazing at him, and tossed him head first into the bathroom mirror. Animal then grabbed him from behind in a chokehold and placed his gun to the side of Baby Doc's head. His finger caressed the trigger, but when he looked up and saw the reflection in the mirror, he abruptly stopped. His face was stained with blood, and there was a feral look in his eyes. The boy he held in his arm had gone rigid with fear, and tears fell silently down his face. Please, man! Animal pressed Baby Doc against the mirror and leveled the gun to his face. Nothing in life is without consequences, he told him before pulling the trigger. Baby Doc's eyes had snapped closed as he prepared for the end. He knew he was screaming because he could feel his vocal cords vibrating, but couldn't hear anything but the intense ringing in his ear from the gun being fired. The fact that he was able to hear that meant that he was still alive. Slowly, Baby Doc opened his eyes, expecting to see the killer, but he was alone. He kissed the ground and thanked God for his life. It was at that moment that he understood that Big Doc was right and Holiday was wrong. Ashanti hit the fire alarm and watched in amusement as all hell broke loose. Hearing the loud sirens immediately sent the club into a panic without anyone actually bothering to check to see if and where the fire had actually broken out. The bouncers tried to get people to leave in an orderly fashion, but they couldn't do much with the mob that was rushing the front door to avoid being burned up. Ashanti watched the goons that had come in with Holiday leave the spot, but there was no signs of the birthday boy. A few minutes later, he spotted Holiday coming from the bathroom area. He was making hurried steps like he had the devil on his heels. He expected Holiday to exit the front with the rest, but he made for the door in the back of the club. Ashanti knew the door led to a deserted block in the back of the club, which was perfect. He made a mad dash for the front door. If he hurried, he could get there to greet Holiday when he came out. Less than a minute after Ashanti had left to cut Holiday off, Animal came out of the bathroom holding a smoking gun and a bloodied hatchet. Animal wanted to. He knew he should have, but he couldn't bring himself to kill the little boy. Contrary to what people thought of him, he was a killer, but he was no monster. He had spared the boy's life, but Holiday would get no such mercy. He stepped out of the bathroom into pure pandemonium. A wave of panicked drunks and half-naked women rushed the front door, trying to make a speedy exit. Animal scanned the faces and noticed Holiday wasn't among them. He had almost thought he had lost him until he noticed a trail of blood on the ground, leading in the other direction. He looked up just in time to see Holiday escaping through one of the doors in back. "You want to escape me that easily," Animal said, and headed after him. Holiday came crashing through the back door so quickly that he lost his balance and fell, skinning his hands and knees on the cold concrete. Ignoring the pain in his back, he got to his feet and kept moving. He had been having some rotten luck lately, but managing to run afoul of someone as notorious as Animal topped everything else. Animal was dead, at least that's what the street said, but the wound across Holiday's back said different. He needed to get word of Animal's resurrection to Shy ASAP. Holiday felt like shit for leaving Baby Doc back there, but he reasoned that Animal had come for him specifically, so he wouldn't kill Baby Doc, or so he hoped. Holiday needed to get back around to the front of the club and alert his team of the danger. Once they had regrouped, they could roll in force to take on Animal. Behind him, Holiday heard the door he'd just come through swing open again. He knew that he shouldn't have, but he glanced over his shoulder, afraid of what he might see. Sure enough, Animal was on his tail. Thankfully, the back street was dark, so Animal didn't see him right away. But all that changed when Holiday kicked over a bottle and drew Animal right to him. He had Animal by at least a block, so there might have been still hope for him. All he had to do was make it around the corner to where there were people. Animal wouldn't dare kill him in front of witnesses. Holiday almost made it to the corner when his luck went from bad to worse. "What up, blood?" Ashanti stepped out of the darkness and opened fire. Animal burst from the emergency exit with the scent of blood in his nose and murder in his heart. He looked up and down the dark block but didn't see Holiday. He looked toward the end of the block and saw Holiday trying to escape. "Don't rush off just yet. We were just getting to know each other." Animal jogged after him. He had almost closed the distance when he saw someone step out of the shadows. It was too dark for him to see who it was, but he could make out the shape of a gun in his hand. He saw the man say something to Holiday before letting off a shot in Animal's direction. That answered the question as to which side he was on. Drawing his two pretty bitches, Animal brought the thunder. Ashanti cursed as Holiday went down, not because of his bullet, but because of the trash he had slipped on that helped him to avoid it. He was about to try for another shot when a bullet stayed off the fence a few inches from his face. Ashanti peered down the block and saw a man rush toward him, blazing two guns. Ashanti dove out of the way and landed on the behind a car a few inches away from where Holiday lay. "I see you brought some friends to the party," he said to Holiday. "Don't matter though, after I take care of Captain Saberhole, I'm gonna smoke your ass." He shot Holiday in his good leg. "Try not to rush off while I'm taking care of this." Ashanti disappeared around the other side of the car. Staying as low as he could, he crept alongside of the car, trying to get the drop on his opponent. He peered through the window of the car he was hiding beside and didn't see anything, but he knew the man was out there. He could feel him stalking him. Ashanti heard a crunch of gravel which gave him an idea where the man was, so he popped up and fired at the sound. 6 cars down, a windshield shattered and drove the man from his hiding place. Ashanti tried to gun the man down while he was exposed, but just as quickly as he appeared, he disappeared. He was fast, almost too fast. Ashanti moved to get into better position and immediately found himself dodging bullets. He scurried under a car on the opposite side of the street and came up blasting from the other side of it. They went on like this for almost 5 minutes, exchanging fire, but neither man hitting his target. Ashanti was getting low on bullets and frustrated. He knew if he kept it up at that rate, he'd be in jail when the police finally showed up, if he didn't get blasted first. He needed to end it now and get ghosted. The man on the other side of the street must have been thinking the same thing, because they both popped up out of their hiding places at the same time, guns drawn. There was a tense silence as the 2 killers sized each other up from opposite sides of the street. They gave each other a respectful nod before the shooting started again. Ashanti and the man leapfrogged between cars, exchanging fire and closing the distance until a single car was the only thing that separated them. Ashanti sat with his back against the car and his gun clutched to his chest. On the other side of the car, he could hear the man's labored breathing. He had to respect the man's skill because most wouldn't have lasted that long against him. But respect aside, they both knew that there was only one way to end this. They came up at the same time, aimed, and pulled the trigger. But all 3 guns clicked empty. Before Ashanti could figure out his next move, the man leaped over the car and was on him. He and Ashanti both went spilling to the ground in a mess of flailing fists and feet. Ashanti was a good brawler, but the man was heavier than he and had him at a disadvantage. He wrestled Ashanti to the ground and climbed on top of him, pinning his arm to his side with his knees. Ashanti saw the man produce a hatchet from somewhere, raise it to finish him off. He thought of all the things that he had done and all the things he would never do. He thought of Fatima and how she would take him dying on her before they really got a chance to know each other. The cleaver made a whistling sound as it cut through the air en route to Ashanti's neck. Rays from the lone streetlight on the block kissed off the blade, and for the first time, Ashanti saw the face of his attacker. "Animal?" He blurted out in shock, just before the cleaver made contact. Animal knelt on the cold ground, resting on his knuckles and breathing like he had just run a marathon. His adrenaline had him so pumped that his head hurt, and it felt like he would pass out if he tried to stand up too quickly. Next to him on the ground was the bent hatchet. At the last minute, he had been able to redirect his strike and hit the ground instead of the soft flesh of Ashanti's neck. Even now, Ashanti sat against the car a few feet away from Animal with the look of a terrified child on his face. He knew better than anyone how close he had come to meeting his maker. "You could have killed me," Ashanti said, breaking the silence. "I was trying to." Animal stood up. He walked over and extended his hand to Ashanti to help him up. Ashanti was hesitant at first, but he allowed Animal to lift him. The 2 just stood there for what felt like a lifetime, staring and trying to figure out what to say. Without warning, Ashanti hugged Animal. "Tell me it's really you! Tell me this ain't some fucked up dream and that my best friend is really alive and standing here with me!" He rambled. "Yeah, little one, it's really me." Animal returned Ashanti's hug. Suddenly, and took a defensive boxing stance. "How the fuck you could just disappear like that and let everybody shoot you off for dead?" "It's a long story, Ashanti. One that we ain't got time to go over right now. Police will be here any minute, and I got some unfinished business to wrap up. Where's Holiday?" "Probably still lying on the sidewalk bleeding where I left him." He pointed to the spot where Holiday had been, and the only thing left was a bloody smear bleeding around the corner. "Where the fuck did he go?" "Escaped. Again," Animal said in a defeated tone. "With one bum leg and the other one shot to hell, I doubt he got very far. If we hurry up, we could catch him." Ashanti started for the corner. He made it only a few feet before he realized that Animal wasn't following him. "Come on, my nigga, let's go finish this fag." "He's gone, little one. The only thing we're gonna get if we go around there after her is locked up. Holiday will keep for another day, Animal told me. That's the second time in less than a week that slimy motherfucker has slipped through my fingers. The next time I see him, that's on the hood. I'm gonna body him, Ashanti declared. Nah, that life is spoken for. Animal patted his pretty bitches. When his blood runs, it'll be me who turns on the faucet. I owe him for what he did to Gucci. Say no more, big homie, Ashanti conceded. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's deal with the elephant in the room. Where the fuck you been? Before Animal could answer, his cell phone vibrated in his pocket. Only one person had that number, so he didn't have to look at the caller ID to see who it was. What up? Animal's face immediately turned as white as a ghost as he listened to the caller chatter away. Say no more. I'll be right there. He ended the call. Without saying anything, he turned and started walking up the street to where he had stashed his rental. Where you going? Ashanti went after him. He caught up with Animal just as he was getting in the rental car. I got 1,000,001 questions that I need answered, and I ain't gonna give you the chance to vanish again before you do. Animal sighed. Since it's obvious that you're not going to let this go, get in, and I'll tell you on the way. Ashanti hopped in the passenger seat. Where we going? To the hospital, Animal told him, and fired the engine. 34. Animal screeched to a halt in front of Harlem Hospital and illegally parked the car in a bus lane. He was sure to have a ticket waiting for him when he came out, but the threat of 100 tickets couldn't keep him from this moment. He had wasted enough time already. He hopped out of the car with Ashanti on his heels, still firing questions about his disappearance. Animal had already given him the short version of what had happened, but Ashanti wanted him to fill in the blanks. They passed through the lobby, and the security guard who Ashanti had beefed with before was on duty again. He stood up like he wanted to say something, but the look on Animal's face told him to hold his tongue. Ashanti gave him a mocking smirk as he followed Animal into the elevator. The elevator seemed to be moving at a snail's pace, getting them to their desired floor. Animal was visibly nervous, and he kept rubbing his sweaty hands on his pants. Ashanti was saying something to him, but Animal's mind was 1,000,000 miles away. Before the elevator doors could fully open, Animal squeezed through them. Ashanti opened his mouth to give him directions, but Animal knew the way by heart. At the end of the hall, he spotted Ms. Ronnie and Tiana standing outside Gucci's hospital room door. Ms. Ronnie seemed upset, and Tiana was rubbing her back, trying to console her. Dread filled his heart as he feared he might be too late. Again. When Tiana spotted Animal and Ashanti coming down the hallway, she told Ms. Ronnie she'd be right back and walked to meet them. Tiana's hair was a hot mess, and she looked like she hadn't slept in days. He stopped short, waiting for her to say something. He needed her to say something. When Animal saw tears in her eyes, he feared the worst. He felt his eyes moisten and prepared for the devastating blow that he knew was coming. To his surprise and relief, Tiana threw her arms around him and squealed joyfully. She's awake, she whispered in his ear. The two words were the sweetest Animal had ever heard. Unable to contain his elation, he scooped Tiana in his arms and spun her around and around, laughing like he had just won the lotto and crying tears of joy. When Ashanti found out the good news, he joined them, and all three of them danced and shouted through the hospital hallway. They were making so much of a racket that they drew the attention of several nurses, as well as the attending physician who had been in Gucci's room. Would somebody please tell me what all the noise is out here? Dr. O'Hara stormed into the hallway. She was a fiery redhead who appeared to be in her early 40s with pale green eyes and freckles on her cheeks. Sorry, Dr. O'Hara. Everybody is just a little excited about the good news. Ms. Ronnie apologized and cut her eyes at Tiana and the others. I'm all for a little excitement, but this is still a hospital, so please respect the other people being treated here, or I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Are we clear? Dr. O'Hara looked at the hugging trio. Yes. All three of them answered at once. Good, the doctor said, frowning. She turned to Ms. Ronnie and gave her a playful wink, letting her know that she wasn't as mad as she pretended to be. Now, back to the patient. Yes, how is she? Ms. Ronnie asked excitedly. Without being invited, Animal, Tiana, and Ashanti huddled around to hear the update. Dr. O'Hara paused, but Ms. Ronnie nodded that it was okay to speak in front of them. As we were saying earlier, the worst is over, and Gucci is officially out of the woods. The worst of her physical wounds healed while she was in the coma, and the graft we did on her stomach from the original gunshot seems to be taken. Will it leave a scar? Tiana asked, drawing a funny look from the doctor. More than likely, but I think a little scar is a small price to pay for her life, don't you? Dr. O'Hara asked sarcastically. Without waiting for Tiana to answer, she went back to addressing Miss Ronnie. All the tests we ran after her stroke came back positive, so there are no signs of long-term neurological damage, but she's going to need a few weeks of therapy to get her motor skills readjusted. Once we get her rolling with that, we'll be able to better judge how close to her old self she'll get back to. But I think she'll be okay. Praise the Lord! Ms. Ronnie cupped Dr. O'Hara's hand in hers. Thank you so much for bringing my baby back to me. Don't thank me, thank your daughter. I can admit now that it didn't look good in the beginning, but that little girl fought like hell for her life every step of the way. She refused to let go. I guess God felt like there was still work here for Gucci to do. Ms. Ronnie looked over at Animal, who was wiping his eyes with the back of his hands. Dr. O'Hara glanced at Animal, then turned back to Ms. Ronnie and smiled. That sounds like an accurate prognosis. There is nothing in this life stronger than the human will. Ms. Ronnie, you can go and sit with your daughter for a few minutes, but you can't stay long. She needs to rest. Thank you, Ms. Ronnie told her, and went into the room. Can I see her? Animal asked the doctor. Dr. O'Hara was about to give him the speech about only allowing immediate family into the room, but she took one look at the pleading in his eyes and couldn't bring herself to do it to him. She knew a bleeding heart when she saw one. Listen, I'll give you 5 minutes. The nurses will be coming in soon to give Gucci her medication. And if they catch all you guys in her room, I have no idea how you got in. Understand? Animal nodded. Fair enough. He started toward the room, but the doctor's voice stopped him short. Second chances are hard to come by and should be appreciated. I'm sure you and the rest of Gucci's family will see that she makes the best out of the second chance she's been given, right? Animal flashed his gold and diamond smile. That bet is sure money all day, Doc. Animal stepped into the room as quietly as he could for fear of disturbing Gucci, but found her having a conversation with her mother, who was at her bedside brushing her hair. He stood around the bend of the room to watch Gucci for a few moments before he would make himself known. Ms. Ronnie said something to Gucci while putting her hair in a ponytail, which made her smile. It was the first time Animal had seen Gucci smile in years, and the sight of it choked him up. For so many years, he had to get by from day to day on just the memory of her smile. But here he was, seeing it live and in the flesh. It was a moment that he thought never would come. And now that it was at hand, he wasn't sure what to do with it. Gucci noticed her mother staring at something just beyond her line of vision. Who is it, Mom? She asked in a groggy voice. Maybe it's best he tell himself. Ms. Ronnie motioned for Animal to approach. Slowly, Animal stepped from his hiding place. The overhead light stung Gucci's eyes, making it hard for her to see at first. The closer Animal got, the more of his features she was able to make out. The flowing hair, the smooth, dark skin, they stirred memories deep within Gucci's still clouded mind. When she saw the glint of gold and diamonds behind his bold lips, She broke down into tears. "What's the matter, babe?" Miss Ronnie asked. "They lied to me," Gucci sobbed. "The doctors told me that I would be okay, but they lied." "They didn't lie to you, Gucci. You're gonna make a full recovery," Miss Ronnie assured her. Gucci looked up at Animal, who was now standing directly over her. "That can't be true, Mama. I'm dying. If I wasn't dying, then I wouldn't be able to see no ghosts." Animal took Gucci's hand in his and placed it on the side of his face. Her hand was dry and coarse against his skin, but in his mind, it felt like the softest silk. "No, I'm not a ghost." Gucci shook her head from side to side in disbelief as the tears flowed freely down her face. She had craved his touch for so long that it didn't feel real. It couldn't be. It had been years since they had last seen each other, but Gucci would know her soulmate anyway. "It can't be." She placed her hand over her mouth to try to stop from hyperventilating. "But it is." Animal kissed her fingertips. "You know, if I wasn't so doped up to lift my arms, I'd take your life for running out on me like that," Gucci said, half jokingly. "And my life would be yours for the taking if it would ease the pain I inflicted on your heart, Gucci. If I could have done it differently, you didn't. So no need to dwell on what ifs when there are so many what nows," she said weakly. You could see the fatigue riding her, but she wouldn't give in to it until she had fully spoken her piece. "They all told me you died, but I never believed them. I knew there was no way you could have passed from this life without my heart telling me so. We might not have been married, but we exchanged vows, remember?" "Yes, I remember. In this life or the next, we will always be together," he assured her. "So, have you come to throw yourself at my mercy and beg forgiveness for breaking your promise, Tayshawn?" Animal said, "You're my bread, and you know me better than my closest comrades, so I know that you know my name and mercy don't belong in the same sentence. What I will offer you are my apologies and my word that I will never leave your side again." Gucci closed her eyes and turned her face from him. "There was a time when those pretty words of yours would have been taken as the gospel. But after all that's happened, I don't know. My head is all screwed up right now." Animal turned her to face him and planted a gentle kiss on her lips. "Don't think with your head. Think with your heart. I'm not asking you to forgive me, Gucci. All I want is a chance to right some of the wrongs I've done." "But what if..." Animal placed a finger over her lips. "No more what ifs, remember? All we need to focus on is what will be. We've been given a second chance at love, so let's run with it." Gucci's face suddenly took on a worried expression. "Speaking of running, the last time I checked, you were a fugitive before you died. Won't your sudden resurrection put you back on the most wanted list?" "Probably," Animal admitted sadly. "I won't lose you again, Animal. I won't. Look, I've still got the money you left me. We can leave here together, just you and me, and we don't ever have to come back." "Sounds like a plan to me, but not now. You've got to get better, and I've got some unfinished business in the city." "What unfinished business? I thought you came back here for me." Gucci was confused. Animal didn't answer. He simply looked down at the bandage covering her stomach. It was then that it all made sense. "You mean to kill the man who shot me, don't you?" He didn't respond. He just looked at the floor. "No, Animal. Let it go. Revenge tours are apart once, and my heart couldn't take losing you again. Please, let's just run away together and put all this madness behind us. She pleaded. Sweet baby, I would like nothing more than to vanish and spend the rest of my life with you in some remote place. But it isn't that simple. Even if I wanted to, I've come too far to turn back now. I have to finish the game, he said with a heavy heart. Ashanti stuck his head in the hospital room. Big homie, one time on their way down the hall, we got a dip. They're probably coming back to questioning Gucci about the shooting again, Tiana said. Don't matter why they're coming. Me being here in a good book. Gucci, I gotta go, but I promise I'll come back to check on you, Animal told her. Gucci grabbed Animal by the sleeve and held on for dear life. I won't let you go. Mama, please make him stay. Gucci, he's gotta go. It's for the best. Miss Ronnie pried her daughter's trembling hand loose. Animal kissed her on the forehead. I'll be back, baby, he promised, and headed for the door. Gucci shrieked and pleaded for him to stay until she was exhausted. Even when Animal was away from the room and had slipped out of the hospital, her cries still echoed in his head. Animal walked from the hospital to his rental car in a daze. There was an orange ticket on the windshield, but he hardly seemed to notice. He braced himself against the car and breathed in and out as if he were on the verge of an asthma attack. Leaving Gucci in such an emotional state was one of the hardest things that he had to do, but it wasn't necessary. There was no way they could be together until he had finished what he had come to do, which was murder his enemies. So what now, big homie? Ashanti asked. Animal had almost forgotten that he was with him. I finished what I started, Animal told her. Ashanti was taken aback. Dog, Gucci is good now. You ain't gotta chase this suicide mission no more. Take your lady and bounce, my G. Ain't nobody gonna hold that against you. Animal turned to his friend. By now, Shot Clark knows that not only am I alive, but it's been me who's been whacking these people. You really think they're gonna let me ride off into the sunset like that? I gotta ride this train to the end, little one. Ashanti lowered his head. For as long as he'd known Animal, he had always been at war with something or someone, more often than not, himself. The only time he'd ever truly seen him at peace was when he was with Gucci. Now that they had been reunited once again, the ghosts of war threatened to tear them apart. There was no way that Ashanti could sit idle and watch it happen for a second time. Then move over, because I'm riding with you. Animal looked at Ashanti. It was a noble gesture, but a pointless one. You know where this train is likely headed, and there's a good chance neither one of us will ever make it off. Let me worry about that when it arrives at the last stop. Animal, since I was a kid, I've seen you stand with others in the best and worst situations. It's time somebody stood with you. We ride together. Ashanti extended his fist. We die together. Animal pounded his fist. All we're missing is Brasco, and this unholy union would be complete. Well, Brasco might not be here to ride with us off into hell, but I got a cat who's just as solid, Ashanti said with a knowing smirk. 35. The last few days have been tense for everybody, especially Alonzo. King James had declared war and dragged all of them into it by default. Alonzo didn't want any part of war. He just wanted to keep getting his little paper on the streets until a solid job came through. But he wasn't left with much of a choice. Lakim had pledged himself to King James and the war effort, and he had to stand by his brother, no matter how much of a bad idea he thought it was. Another thing weighing heavy on his mind was his friend Ashanti. Ever since the failed attempt on Holiday's life, he had been acting strange. There was no doubt that he would war with them when called upon. Some would even say he looked forward to it. But the dynamics of his and Alonzo's relationship had changed slightly. If he wasn't out with Fatima, he was disappearing unexpectedly and could never account for his whereabouts. Since they had been friends, he and Ashanti had been joined at the hip, but lately, he could hardly catch up with him. Alonzo would never question Ashanti's loyalty, but there was something off about him that he couldn't put his finger on, and he intended to confront him about it the next time they were alone. With all the madness going on in Alonzo's life, he was in desperate need of some downtime and some normalcy. He thought about catching a movie, but seeing a movie alone was no fun, so he called an old friend to see if she wanted to keep him company. As soon as he dialed the number, he regretted it. He really wanted to see Portia again, but didn't want to seem too thirsty. And what if she was still playing games and shot him down once he put himself out there? He started to hang up to forget the whole idea, but before he could, she picked up. Hello? Portia's voice came through the phone. Alonzo found himself at a loss for words. Hello? Look, whoever this is, you need to stop playing on my phone, asshole. Wait, don't hang up. Alonzo finally blurted out. So, is that you? Portia's tone lightened. Now, this is a pleasant surprise. Hey, how are you, Portia? Good. Just a little shocked to hear from you, he told her. You said use the number, so I did. True, but I didn't think it would take you days to get around to it. I was starting to think I was wrong in giving it to you. You know you don't mean that. You were probably sitting by the phone waiting for me to hit you up. He joked. Don't flatter yourself, youngster. Anyway, to what do I owe the pleasure of this call? Nothing much. I was thinking about you and decided to hit you up to see what was good. You feel like coming to Harlem to hang out with me? I was thinking that maybe we could catch a movie and grab a bite. Aw, that's sweet, but I can't. Alonzo felt the wind leave his sails. It's all good, Portia. Can't knock a nigga for trying. I guess I'll holler at you later. Well, damn, don't be so quick to give up on a girl. Portia shook her head in disappointment, as if he could see her through the phone. The reason I can't come uptown to hang out is because I promised Frankie that I would come kick it with her in Brooklyn. See? And you were all ready to hang up on me because you thought I was spinning you. No, I wasn't. Alonzo lied. Whatever, Zoe. You know I know that your ass is as sensitive as hell. Fuck you, Portia, he said jokingly. If you play your cards right, you never know, she said slyly. But if you aren't doing anything, why don't you come out to BK and hang with us? There's a big-ass block party in Frankie's hood. Free food and free liquor. Can't beat that. I don't know, Portia. You know I don't fuck with Brooklyn niggas like that, Alonzo said apprehensively. You ain't coming to hang out with Brooklyn niggas. You're coming to hang out with me. Don't act like that, Zoe. Come party with your girl. And you never know. We might end up having breakfast together in the morning. There you go with the games again, Mom. You know you ain't trying to go there with me. I guess there's only one way to find out, huh? She challenged. It didn't take Alonzo long to make up his mind. Aye, give me the address. The street was blocked off, so Alonzo had to get out of the taxi a block away and walk, which was cool, because he wanted to scout the territory before he got to them anyway. The block was packed with the young and old, as well as the savory and unsavory, and everybody seemed to be watching him. He knew they were most likely just sizing him up because it was a new face, so there was no immediate. He had his trusty 357 on him. He managed to bend the corner without incident and made his way deeper into the block. He spotted Frankie first. She was standing on a stoop across the street talking to Dina. From their body language, they seemed to be having a heated argument. He looked around for Portia but didn't see her until he was almost in front of the building. There was a long line of kids that stretched off the curb. At the front of the line, sitting on a crate, was Portia. She was looking good enough to eat in a pair of fitting tan capris, black wedges with a black tank top blazer. Portia was expertly painting colorful designs on the faces of the smiling children. This shocked Alonzo because he had no idea that Portia was an artist. She must have felt his presence because she looked up at him and winked. She motioned for him to give her a second, so he went to say hello to Frankie and Dina while he waited. "Sup, ladies?" Alonzo interrupted the conversation. Dina spun on him with fire in her eyes, but she checked herself when she realized who it was. "Hey, Zoe." She spoke dryly and walked over to the grill to check the meat. "Damn, did I get cut you off or something?" Alonzo asked, confused. "Nah, she's just having a bad day," Frankie told him while watching Dina aggressively work the grill. "What wind blows you this far south?" she asked Alonzo with a raised eyebrow. "Do you even have to ask?" He nodded toward Portia. Frankie shook her head. "Y'all two kill me with this on and off shit. I'm going to get off, but I'm trying to change that," Alonzo said slyly. He looked out at the crowd dancing in the streets to Caribbean music. He was a long way from home. "Damn, Frankie Angels, what the fuck made you move so far out? You know you got Harlem in your heart." "I got wherever there's a roof over my head in my heart," she said seriously. "Brooklyn is different than what I'm used to, but it beats sleeping on friends' couches any day." "Tell me about it," he agreed. "The best thing I ever did was move out of my mom's crib." "I'll bet. Now you can have your little harem of shorties running around naked all day and night." "Stop it, Five," he withdrew. "I'd be lying if I said I didn't keep my dick wet pretty regularly. But you know it's only one chick who'll ever have this." He placed his hand over his heart. "And who is that?" Portia came up behind him. "Why don't you make some noise when you walk?" Alonzo turned to her. "Don't try to change the subject. Finish what you were just telling Frankie." Portia did. Alonzo gave her the once-over and put on his best Harlem face. "Baby, at this point of the game, if I still gotta say it out loud, then it ain't worth my breath, you hear?" "He got your ass!" Frankie laughed and pointed her finger at Portia, instigating the situation. "Shut up, Frankie." Portia pushed her playfully. "Ain't you gonna introduce me to your friend?" LaShawn came over. She was dressed in a pair of shorts that rolled up in her ass, 2 small needles, and a shirt that looked like it belonged to her little sister, but you couldn't tell her that she wasn't killing me. "I hadn't planned on it," Frankie mumbled under her breath. Alonzo cut his eyes at her comment. "So," he shook LaShawn's hand, and when he tried to pull it back, she was reluctant to let it go. "Nice to meet you, Zoe. I'm Fashawn," she introduced herself. "So where you from, Zoe?" "I'm from Harlem. Why? You interviewing me for a gig?" He said it with a smile, but his irritation with her question was clear in his tone. Fashawn rocked back on her heels and looked Alonzo up and down. "Ain't no need to get defensive, cutie. I just know you ain't from around here, so I'm trying to figure out if you came to see somebody or if you're fair game." "Actually, he came to see me." Portia folded her arms. "My fault. I wasn't trying to step on no toes," Rashawn said, but there wasn't much sincerity in her voice. "Never that, boo. I just said he came to see me, not that I had papers on him." Portia shot back. "I'll take that as food for thought," Rashawn said with a chuckle. "Why do I feel like I'm at a slave auction?" Alonzo asked sarcastically. "You stupid." Frankie elbowed Alonzo playfully. "Hey, V, where's your other half? Bess was out there a minute ago, but she seems to have just up and disappeared." "She went around the corner to meet our homegirl. She took the train out here from LG and got lost. So Bess went to walk her over," Fashawn said. No sooner than Fashawn made the statement, Bess came walking over. She was wearing a pair of sweatpants and a white t-shirt with a scarf tied around her head. Trailing a few feet behind her was the friend she had gone to meet. The girl was dark-skinned with a nice body that she showed off proudly in the tight-fitting denim skirt and white tank top. Portia and Frankie stared at the girl, both knowing that they had seen her somewhere before, but weren't quite sure where. When they saw the slack-jawed expression on Alonzo's face, all doubt was removed. It was indeed the same girl from BBQ's, Veronica. Small world, Veronica said with an attitude. She looked from Frankie to Alonzo to Portia. I was just about to say the same thing, Portia said sarcastically. She purposely leaned against Alonzo intimately, just to irk Veronica. What's up, so pal? Veronica ignored Portia and addressed Alonzo. Alonzo shrugged. Ain't you money? Looks like you took care of that business and had some free time after all, huh? Veronica said. She had been trying to get with Alonzo for the last few days, but he kept putting her off, telling her that he was tied up with business in Harlem. Took a short break to come holler at Peoples, Alonzo said smoothly. Y'all know each other? Bess asked, confused, looking at the assembled faces, trying to figure out what was going on. I met these other broads in passing, but me and Zoe Pound got history, Veronica said with a smirk. Do tell. Bess raised an eyebrow. Ain't too much to tell. We know each other from high school, Alonzo said. He didn't mean anything by it, but Veronica took offense. Damn, it's like that, Zoe? I thought we meant a little more to each other than just being high school sweethearts. Portia snickered. Veronica turned to Portia. Something funny? Pay me no mind. I'm off my hands. Portia downplayed it. If you knew like I knew, you'd get back on them. Veronica rolled her eyes at Portia, then turned back to Alonzo. You know, it's funny that the other night when I asked you what the deal was, you played it off like you and Shorty only knew each other from around the way. But y'all look real comfortable out here. Slow up, Veronica. Right now you bugging and trying to make this shit bigger than what it is, Alonzo told her. He smelled the drama cooking and was trying to put the fire out early. Wow, Bess said, instigating from the sidelines. I ain't trying to make it bigger than anything, Zoe. I just thought that we respected each other enough to keep it tall. Veronica's voice seemed to get louder. Veronica, not that it's any of your business, but Portia and I have never slept together, Alonzo told her. It's still early, Portia stage whispered to Frankie. Veronica spun on Portia. You got a problem with me or something? No, love, I'm good. I know my position, but it seems like you're the one trying to figure out where you fit into all this, Portia said confidently. Well, I fit in pretty good until you and your little hood rat friends ruined my date by begging Zoe Pound to save you from that ass whipping, Veronica shot back. Damn, I remember you telling me how much you were looking forward to that date. Bess continued to pour gasoline on the smoldering fire. Portia cocked her head and looked at Veronica as if she had lost her mind. Boo-boo, you got me fucked up. Didn't nobody ask Alonzo to rescue shit. And for the record, it looked like your date was going south long before we got there. Or is it a regular thing for niggas to leave you sitting there looking stupid while they slide off to holler at other chicks? Ladies, why don't y'all just cool out? Alonzo suggested, but it was as if he wasn't even there. You little bum-ass Harlem bitch! You ain't got shit on me! Veronica shouted at Portia. Portia snorted. defiantly, clutching his .357. Young man, you must sling dick like a porn star to have these two hoes out here boxing over you. Who you be, soldier? The name is Zoe Pound, Alonzo announced. The redhead scratched her chin. Zoe Pound? You the same Zoe Pound that runs with little Ashanti? That's my crime partner, Alonzo told her. The redhead turned to his shooters. Ain't about nothing. The young boy gets to keep his life. The shooters griped and reluctantly lowered their guns. So, she turned back to him. We get money around the corner, so all this damn drama ain't no good for business. Take your little girlfriend and head back uptown. Got that. Alonzo grabbed Portia by the hand and began leading her away. Portia stopped short and turned to Frankie. You good, Ma? Frankie laughed. Yeah, y'all go ahead. These bitches are scandalous, but they ain't stupid. They know what it is with Frankie Angels, right? She looked from Veronica to Bess. Neither of them said a word. I'm gonna call you later. Portia waved at the friend. She was skeptical about leaving Frankie in Brooklyn, but she wasn't really in a position to argue the point. So, the redhead called after him. When you see Ashanti, tell him Auntie Castro says hello, and that he could at least call from time to time to see how I'm doing. We still family. I'll do that, Alonzo promised, before hot-stepping off the block with his lady in tow. Who is that chick, and how does she know Ashanti? Portia asked when they rounded the corner. I don't know, and I don't care. Just keep walking before she changes her mind. Alonzo didn't feel safe until he and Portia were in a taxi and on their way out of Brooklyn. How come every time I turn around, I gotta get you out of some shit? He asked Portia as the taxi carried them across the bridge into Manhattan. Nigga, knock it off, because you know I didn't start that shit. That was your crazy-ass girlfriend who was out there clowning. Portia rolled her eyes. She ain't my girl, Alonzo said defensively. Well, that bitch must have not gotten the memo. Portia pulled her compact mirror from her purse to assess the damage from the fight. There were 3 faint scratches on the side of her face, but nothing that a little makeup wouldn't cover. Crazy hoe. Yo, I didn't know you could throw hands like that, Portia, Alonzo told her. He knew Veronica to be a bruiser since back in the days, but was surprised at how Portia had handled her. When you're this pretty, you gotta know how to defend yourself against haters, she capped while fixing her hair. This bitch done pulled me out of my character. Don't you still the finest motherfucker living. Alonzo pinched her chin playfully. Before they knew it, the cab was slowing up in front of the projects. Alonzo spotted Ashanti walking up the block with Fatima. He was about to tell the cab driver to drop them right there until he saw the familiar brown Buick pull up in the bus stop. He already knew who was in the car, so he told the cab driver to let them off on the next block. As the cab passed the Buick, Alonzo watched the black and Hispanic detectives get out of the car and head straight for Ashanti, wondering what the fuck they wanted. 36. Ashanti and Fatima walked up Broadway, laughing as they recapped the funny moments in the movie they had just come from seeing at the Magic Johnson Theater. They were the picture of an urban Romeo and Juliet, walking shoulder to shoulder and sharing an order of chicken wings. Every so often, they would nod or say hello to the people they passed, but their attention was fixed solely on each other. Since the night of Meek's unfortunate murder, the two of them had been inseparable. Though they had never spoken of it since the night it happened, they found an unspoken comfort in each other to get through it. Ashanti had had a crush on Fatima for the longest, and it seemed that she had been sweet on him too, but neither of them wanted to make the first move. For as tragic as Meek's murder had been, it had been the thing that pushed Ashanti and Fatima together and sparked an unlikely romance. That movie was funny as hell. What made you pick that one, Ashanti? Fatima asked. chomping on a piece of chicken, trying her best not to get grease on the clothes. Because Russell Brand is in it. He killed it and get him to the Greek. So I went back and checked out some of his other stuff. That English dude has got issues. Ashanti laughed. Yeah, he is mad funny. I gotta see more movies with him in it. I got a bunch of stuff on DVD if you want to come by one day, Ashanti offered. Fatima gave him a suspicious look. What? You trying to get me to your crib so you could take advantage of me? Never, he said defensively. Fatima, I told you I ain't on it like that. Me and you, I was joking. She cut him off. Loosen up, Ashanti. You're always so serious. Life is serious. I know, but all the time? She countered. Ashanti, I know what it is with you, and I know your position out here. But you gotta treat yourself to a good time every so often. You can't eat, sleep, or breathe the streets. Why not? He asked. It sounded like he was being sarcastic, but he was seriously asking. Fatima wasn't sure how to answer. You just can't. She threw her hands up in frustration. Look, we all got problems, Ashanti, but that doesn't mean we have to carry them around with us everywhere we go. Besides, I'm young, and I like to have a good time. So if you're gonna be my boo, then you gotta learn to loosen up. So I'm your boo now? Ashanti raised an eyebrow. Fatima smiled and moved her arm in his. Yes, you're my boo. When she'd initially said it, she was kidding. But the more she thought on it, the more appealing the idea became. Ashanti was a thug, but he was a good dude. He was always on his best behavior around her, and he treated Fatima like a queen instead of a piece of ass. In him, she found the love and attention that she had been looking for in all the wrong places. They continued walking up the block toward the project building when Ashanti spotted the brown Buick pull up to the bus stop a few yards in front of him. He had seen the car enough times in his life to know who was riding in it. Fuck! Ashanti cursed. What's the matter? Fatima asked. These niggas. Ashanti nodded toward the detectives, who were now walking in his direction. Fatima saw the detectives and immediately thought of the gun she knew Ashanti had on him. Without him having to ask, she went into action. Fatima stepped in front of Ashanti, temporarily blocking the detective's view of him. She kissed him long and deep on the lips, while removing the gun from his pants and slipping it into her purse. Holla if you need me. She wiped a smudge of lipstick from his upper lip with her thumb, then made hurried steps toward the building. Watching her walk away, Ashanti couldn't help but to beam. That one act let him know that he had a down-ass chick in his corner, and Fatima was a keeper. Where's your little girlfriend off to in such a hurry? Detective Alvarez asked when they finally had reached Ashanti. I wonder what we'll find on her if we go stop her, Detective Brown chimed in. Ain't y'all got nothing better to do than harass innocent people? Ashanti spat on the ground. I doubt anyone kissing your rancid mouth could be considered innocent, kid, Detective Alvarez shot. Y'all come to trade insults or try to pin a bogus charge on me. Either way, I ain't got time, Ashanti said with an attitude. Now, why you think we had a reason to come over here and charge you with anything? You done something you want to tell us about? Detective Brown questioned. Ashanti twisted his lips. You know me better than that, fan. Steel don't break. He patted his chest. Detective Alvarez laughed. Yeah, but it'll sure as hell bend if you apply enough heat. I gotta admit, it don't make them like you anymore, Ashanti. And they never will again. Now state your business so I can be on my way, Ashanti told him. Alright, gangster, Detective Brown said. I could stand here and tell you about all the murders that have been committed recently, but somehow I don't think it would surprise you. Ashanti's face remained blank. Exactly, Detective Brown continued. Now I'd bet my pension that your little ass is elbows deep in blood, but you're still just a puppet on a string. We want the puppet master. Where is King James? Oh? Ashanti faked ignorance. You know who?